Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining today. I'm going to give it just another 60 seconds in case we have others that are joining, and you can check your speakers working okay and you can hear me okay. And if you would like to, feel free to introduce yourself and let us know a little bit more about you in the chat, including where you're from and what made you want to study the online BSc in Business Management. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming along. My name is Dr. Katriona Myhill. I am the Programme Chair for the online BSc in Business Management and delighted to welcome you to our introductory webinar today. To give you a bit of an idea as to what to expect from the session, I will start by providing a brief introduction to Heriot Watt University, and I will then introduce the main event, the BSc in Business Management, and we will walk through who the programme team are, the key features of the BSc, the online learning platform that will be used to deliver the programme. We'll also look at the programme itself and what to expect in the different stages, and we'll talk briefly about things like the assessment and progression, some of the key benefits available to BSc students, and some of the graduate benefits. I'm then going to spend a bit of time telling you a bit more about my own background and how that has shaped the design and the development of this programme. And finally, we will leave some time for questions and answers at the end. And if there are any questions that you have throughout today's presentation, please do pop those in the chat as we go, and I'll make sure to pick those up at the end. And if for any reason there's any questions that we missed, we will follow up afterwards and we will get in touch and provide a response to any questions. So first of all, a welcome to Heriot Watt University and a bit of an introduction to our institution. So Heriot Watt was founded in 1821, and it's a world-leading UK university with over 200 years of excellence in business and industry. We launched one of the world's first online MBA programs in 1990, and the provision of flexible global education continues to remain a core part of what we do. We are also the top university in Scotland for producing CEOs. And employability isn't an add-on in our degree programme, it's built into everything that we do. Today, we're proud to say that we support a truly global student community spanning more than 150 countries across our international campuses and our online learning ecosystem. And to give you a bit more of an idea of that global spread, you can see on the map here the diversity in our global community, and this is really one of our key strengths at Heriot Watt. It really brings a diversity of perspectives and experiences into every discussion, and that's something that I think will be of a key benefit as part of the BSc. You won't just be studying on your own, you'll be part of the Heriot Watt global community, and you'll be able to hear about the diversity of experiences from a huge range of different locations across the globe. And to introduce the programme team that will be leading the BSc programme, as already mentioned, my name's Katriona Myhill. I'm the programme chair for the online BSc, and my role is really to support you throughout your learning journey and act as your main point of contact for any academic matters that aren't tied to a specific course. So I'm here to help you navigate the programme as a whole and make sure you feel confident and supported as you progress. Then we have Brian, who's our Associate Executive Dean for Online Education. And Brian oversees the entire online portfolio in the school, including this BSc programme. And you'll probably see his name pop up in various communications throughout the year, especially around online events, community updates, and key moments in the academic calendar. And last but not least, we have Ian. Ian is our programme manager, and Ian provides day-to-day administrative support for the programme and will likely be one of your main points of contact along with the EBS inquiries team for any practical queries related to the programme. Ian also helps keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes, including keeping me on track, which can be a task in and of itself. Very grateful to the support from my colleague Ian. And as I say, you'll likely see our names pop up in various forms of communications as you move through the programme. So turning our attention to the BSc programme itself, there are a number of key features which are core to the BSc, and these include its flexibility, its alignment with graduate outcomes and employability, and its accessibility. Indeed, the programme is delivered fully online, so you can study from anywhere in the world. There's no need to relocate. Or indeed, you could study as you relocate, with materials travelling with you and available at the touch of a button, including on a smartphone. And indeed, our online learning platform, which I will talk about in a little bit more detail shortly, has been optimised for portable devices. So there's no reason why studying this online degree would have to hamper any of your travel plans potentially. There's also open enrolment, so you can start at any time of the year. There's no fixed academic calendar, and you can progress at your own pace. There are 3 assessment points throughout the year, and you can register to be assessed for a course when you feel ready. And we'll come back to assessment and progression later today. The programme is also career aligned, and it's been designed with the business professional in mind. There are a range of applied learning opportunities throughout the programme through real-world case studies and a range of practice-orientated assessments. Embedded throughout the degree are also courses and activities designed to develop those core business capabilities, including skills in analytics, project management, and leadership and strategy design. We have also aligned the programme with the top skills in the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025, including by embedding things such as technological literacy and self-efficacy on the programme. So that includes things such as flexibility and lifelong learning. And these are core employability skills which will help support success, not just on the programme itself, but in your future careers. And finally, the programme is designed to be accessible, providing learning opportunities to a diverse range of learners. We provide performance-based entry, which removes traditional barriers and opens pathways for learners from diverse backgrounds. I've already mentioned our open enrolment, our rolling admissions, and our asynchronous flexible learning, which allows people to fit study around work and life commitments. And as mentioned, this programme is designed to be studied at your own pace. It's a fully self-paced structure designed for busy people, whether that be because of work, family, or other responsibilities. And making education more accessible is something that I'm personally really passionate about. And hopefully that will come through when I tell you a bit more about my own story later in today's webinar. So another important feature of the BSc is that it's delivered via our global online learning platform, Connectus. And you can see a snapshot of what the main screen for the Connectus platform looks like on the slide at the moment. This is really your online home throughout the programme. It's where you'll access your courses, join discussions, track your progress, and connect with other students from all over the world. Thinking about that global map, potentially anywhere in the world. It's designed to make online learning intuitive, flexible, and genuinely interactive, and it will provide you with access to a range of resources to support your studies. It will act as a bit of a one-stop shop, and so you'll also be provided links to other services across the university, including, for example, study skills support and wellbeing services, which will also be available to support you throughout your learning journey. So what does the degree itself entail? Well, it's designed around 3 stages which will support your progression as a business professional. The first stage introduces students to the core foundations of business, giving you the essential concepts, skills, and perspectives that you'll then build on as you move through your degree. In year 1, or stage 1, because as I say, this is self-paced, so it may take a year, it may take less, it may take more. It's very much based on how that fits into your other life commitments. But in stage 1, you will explore the business environment. You'll develop key academic and professional skills, and you'll gain an understanding of how people, technology, and organizations interact. So there are 4 courses you'll study in each stage. And in this first stage, you'll start with business and the global environment. In this course, you'll look at how businesses operate within dynamic global contexts. You will look at the internal and external factors that shape organizational success, and you will start to begin to apply management theories to real-world scenarios. You will also study in stage 1 skills for business. So in this course, you will begin to develop essential academic, analytical, and communication skills, which are relevant for business study and practice. You will also learn how to find, assess, and use evidence to inform decision-making. And you will have the opportunity to reflect on your own professional development. In business technology, you will begin by developing a foundational understanding of how different technologies are used across different sectors. You'll have a look at the current and emerging trends shaping the use of technology within business, and the ways in which disruptive technologies are creating opportunities and also challenges for organizations and their stakeholders. I'm sure many of us can think about opportunities and challenges presented by AI, for example. Certainly when trying to get support from a bank, you notice the barriers that can be created by the automated AI support, as well as opportunities that it creates. And next, you will look at people management. So within this course, you will look at the fundamentals of people management, including the essential activities of human resource management, including things such as recruitment, selection, retention, and performance management. And the course will develop your understanding of how people behave within organizations and some of the challenges within the contemporary work environment. Now, in accordance with the flexible nature of the program, these courses can be studied in any order. However, it's recommended that you begin with business in a global environment, which provides a general overview of how businesses operate and touches upon some of those core concepts and theories that you will be exploring in more depth later in the degree programme. Then moving on to stage 2. In this stage, you will build on the foundations established in stage 1 through a more in-depth exploration of some of the core business disciplines. So this will help to strengthen your analytical, financial, and managerial capabilities, and will help in developing a deeper understanding of how organizations operate and make decisions. In stage 2, you will study, firstly, well, again, in any order, operations and project management. And as part of this course, you will explore essential elements of operations and project management, including different operating systems. You will also be introduced to practical tools and techniques which can be used to aid in effective project delivery, including those related to quality, risk, and performance management, which are all essential aspects of the project management process. In stage 2, you'll also be introduced to the fundamentals of marketing, which will give you some knowledge in relation to core marketing functions and the skills needed to make informed marketing decisions. Not only will you be introduced to the fundamentals of marketing, including different marketing strategies and techniques, but you will also have a look at some theories related to consumer behavior and understand how an understanding of how consumers behave can help to enhance the effectiveness of any given marketing strategy. You'll also look at introductory business economics. So this course will really provide a solid grounding in micro and macroeconomic principles that really shape how, or the external environment, certainly in terms of how organizations operate. You'll look at economic trends that affect business operations, and you will learn how to apply economic thinking to managerial decisions. And finally, in stage 2, you will also study business accounting and finance. And as part of this course, you'll explore the fundamentals of accounting and finance in business, and it will help you develop practical skills in how to interpret financial information, how to use digital tools, and how to apply ethics and sustainable considerations in financial practices. Then, well, I should mention again, these courses can be studied in any order. And whilst you could begin more than one course at a time, in order to avoid overload, particularly when it comes to assessment, it is recommended that you study no more than 2 courses at a time. So do just bear that in mind when you're making your course selections. And that brings us to the final stage. In this stage, you'll bring together the knowledge and skills that you've developed throughout the programme, and you'll apply them to real-world business challenges. This stage is designed to demonstrate achievement of the programme learning outcomes through strategic thinking, problem solving, and practical application. So there'll be 4 courses that you will go through in stage 3. These will include leadership and strategy, which will introduce the key themes and debates related to leadership and help to develop your understanding of the relationship between leadership and the wider business management context. You'll also study business analytics, which will cover the methods and techniques used within business analysis and help develop skills in data-driven decision-making, including responsible use of AI. You'll also study innovation and enterprise in your final stage, which will develop your entrepreneurial mindset, really bringing together an understanding of how those core disciplines, business disciplines that you'd studied in your earlier stages come together in thinking about how you would run or grow or lead a business. And it will equip you with the skills that you need to identify business and growth opportunities, to develop innovative solutions, and to manage successful business ventures. So whether you're dreaming of moving into the corporate world or indeed starting your own business, this programme will provide you with the knowledge and skills needed to help you succeed in both of those spaces. Finally, in your final stage, you will also complete the industry specialisation certificate course with Coursera. And I'll talk a little bit more about the Coursera Academy soon. But on this course, it will give you an opportunity to apply the skills that you've gained throughout your degree programme to associated business training courses within the academic context of your degree. It will also incorporate reflective practices into the course based on content from pre-approved Coursera courses to give you an opportunity to reflect on how you've grown and the things that you've learned throughout your degree programme and how they have been applied to an industry-based technical course. So those are the 3 stages of the programme in a nutshell, and gives a bit of an insight into what you can expect to study as you move through those 3 stages. Now, I wanted to explain a little bit more about assessment, progression, and award criteria. In terms of assessment, each course will have a final online assessment where students will have a 24-hour window within which to complete and upload their assessments. Now, there are many different types of assessment and formats across the programme, but when you do start studying a course, you will automatically be registered for the next available assessment diet that will be at least 3 months away from the date that you begin studying your course. So keep that in mind and put that in your diary when you begin a course, as that can help you in managing your time effectively. Now, as we mentioned, the course is self-paced. So if it turns out that you aren't ready for the next assessment diet on a particular course, that's absolutely not a problem. You can simply then register for the following assessment diet for that course. It's really in your control when you feel ready to go for the assessments. Now, you can register for a maximum of 2 assessments per assessment diet, and we have 3 assessment diets, as mentioned, throughout the year. You would need prior approval to register for more than this, and that would only be granted under exceptional circumstances. So it is generally recommended that you can only register for a maximum of 2 courses at a time, and that's really to make sure that you're not becoming overloaded and to give yourself the best possible opportunity of passing your assessments. As I mentioned, there are quite a wide variety of question types that will enable you to demonstrate your comprehension and your knowledge in a variety of different ways. But to pass any particular course successfully, you will need to achieve a D grade or above. In order to then progress between stages, so to move from stage 1 to stage 2 and stage 2 to stage 3, you will need to pass all of the courses from the earlier stage. So, for example, before you could enroll or sit an assessment in any stage 2 course, you must have successfully passed all stage 1 course assessments. And in order to sit an assessment in a stage 3 course, we would have to successfully pass all of your stage 2 courses. To then be eligible for the award of the BSc in Business Management, you will have to successfully complete and pass all 12 of the courses at grade D or above, as all 12 of these courses are mandatory in order to be awarded the final award of BSc in Business Management. Now, in addition to having the opportunity to gain the BSc in Business Management, students who obtain a weighted average of more than 70%, which is equivalent to an A grade, at first opportunity in their stage 3 courses, will be eligible for an award for distinction. So those are the key awards that you can expect to complete at the end of your degree programme. And before I tell you a bit more about what to expect on graduation, which probably feels like a long way in the future at the moment, I did just want to come back to the Coursera Academy and explain to you a little bit more about this really key benefit that comes with being a student on the BSc programme. So I mentioned Coursera in relation to the industry specialisation certificate, which you will obtain as part of your stage 3 course. In addition to that, you will be given access to the wider Coursera Academy free of charge, both during and after your studies. Now, this academy hosts 500 industry courses, projects, and professional certificates in 33 growing career paths. These micro-credentials can supplement your learning on the BSc. They're generally available to study over 4 to 12 weeks, and they're designed by the world's leading companies, including Google, IBM, Microsoft, and Tableloo, to name but a few. And they support current students and alumni in really building on those practical skills which are sought by employers. So there's no limit to how many courses one student can complete. Certificates are available in a range of subjects, including cybersecurity, project management, digital marketing, and data science. And courses can be selected to prepare you for a particular career path, to align with the BSc and your current course selection, or just to build on something that you're interested in. But a slight word of caution from me, whilst I love a bit of enthusiasm, do ensure that you don't take on too much at once. And do remember that these courses remain available after you complete your degree as well. So they're really useful benefit in helping you build those skills as a lifelong learner. And then what next? Well, it likely, as I say, feels a long way away at the moment, but it's never too early to start thinking about the options available for the next steps in your learning journey. So upon completion of the degree, you will have the opportunity to graduate in person if you choose to at one of our 3 global campuses in Dubai, Malaysia and Edinburgh. Now, virtual tours of the campus locations are available online, and these will be added to your program hub when enrolling on the program as well, so you can have a look at our different campus locations. Graduating on campus is of course not mandatory, and many of our students do choose to graduate in absentia, with certificates being posted directly to your home address wherever you may be. But a great opportunity if you want to be able to visit one of our global campus locations. Now, when you graduate, you will also automatically be registered with the Watt Club, which is our alumni association. This was founded in 1854, and it's the UK's oldest higher education institution alumni association. It has more than 173,000 graduates in 190 different countries. Membership is actually absolutely free, and there are a range of benefits, including lifetime access to specialist careers guidance via Target Connect, and access to a wide range of global alumni and networking events. And you can find out more about the Watt Club on the Heriot Watt website. I've included the link on the slide, and these slides will be made available after today's webinar as well. And for all those keen to continue to build on the knowledge and skills gained during the BSc, all graduates do receive a 20% discount on any future online study with Heriot Watt. And our team will be happy to discuss postgraduate study opportunities as you do get to the point where you're beginning to think about next steps. So having explained a bit more about the programme itself, I wanted to use some of this time today to share a little bit more about my own journey, mainly because it's why I believe so strongly in online learning, and I hope that it will highlight the kinds of opportunities and benefits that online education can provide. So I didn't follow a traditional path into higher education. I had my daughter when I was young, and like many young parents, life very quickly became about responsibility and quite a lot of nappies, I would say. So I stepped out of education and went straight into work because I needed to support my family. And at that time, studying felt like a luxury I really couldn't afford, either financially or practically. A few years later, I actually lost someone very close to me at a young age, and that kind of loss forced me to reflect, and I started to ask myself what I wanted from life, not just for my daughter or for my family, but also for myself. And I can't say I found the exact answer at that point in time, but I knew I wanted more choices and a future that wasn't limited by my current circumstances, and in particular at the time, my lack of formal qualifications. But like many working families, enrolling in a full-time on-campus course, it just wasn't going to be possible. So I turned to distance learning, which back then was really the very early version of what we now call online learning. But there were no virtual classrooms, no fancy interactive platforms. It was bundles of materials and papers arriving in the post, most of which arrived, and a lot of self-discipline. But it worked. It was flexible. I could study around my job and my family. And the experience gave me the qualifications I needed to start opening doors that had been previously closed. What I didn't expect was how much I would gain beyond the qualifications, beyond the certificates. And for the first time, I really started to value the process of learning, which sounds strange having gone through an entire school education, but I think when you're young, you don't always appreciate the value of what you're doing. But for this really started to feel quite personal to me. It wasn't easy. There were nights when it felt very overwhelming, but I found it very empowering. Every assignment I completed, every concept I understood, it gave me a sense of pride that I hadn't really felt in quite a long time, I would say. And suddenly I felt like I understood the society that I lived in a little bit better. I understood how things worked. And as I say, for me, that was very empowering. It also felt like something for me, which might sound a bit silly, but as some of you may know, when you're a parent, often your identity kind of shifts and you're sort of in mum or dad mode a lot of the time. And certainly that was very much my experience. And studying reminded me that actually I was capable of more than I'd really ever allowed myself to believe. So that first step into distance learning changed everything. It helps me think differently about my career, not just what do I need to do to pay the bills, but what do I want to do? It gave me enough confidence to then go on to further study. I enrolled in college, which then opened the door to university. And I can say without exaggeration that higher education completely changed my life. I wasn't just learning about my subject, I was learning how to think differently, I was learning how to question, I was learning how to see the world differently. And I was exposed to this diverse range of perspectives. You know, I wasn't just learning from the teachers or the lecturers that were delivering the subjects, but I was learning from the people that I was studying with. From there, I then went on to complete my PhD and eventually found myself working in the very field that had transformed my life. And I know that without any doubt, none of that would have been possible without flexible learning opportunities. And that's really why I care so much about flexible, accessible online education. Because I know what it feels like to want more for yourself and for your family, but to be constrained. Sorry, I got a fright there. The noise. But to be constrained by work, by caring responsibilities, by geography, or just simply life. So I know what it feels like to study at the kitchen table long after everyone else has gone to bed. I also know how powerful learning can be when it fits into your life rather than demanding that your life fits around it. And that's what motivated me to really design this online degree. My ambition since, beginning my learning journey, since becoming an academic, has been to make education more accessible and to make sure that the life-changing opportunities that I experience are available to as many people as possible, not just those who can commit to full-time on-campus study. And I'll be honest, I still study online myself. I never quite got past that learning bug. After it caught me, that was me. Line, hook, sinker. Don't know what the exact phrase is. But over the past 4 years, I've still been completing an online degree. And I've still been developing my knowledge and skills. Thankfully, technology has moved on a bit since the days of lost postal bundles, but the core benefits, I think, very much remain the same. It's flexible and it gives me the chance to learn and grow in ways that ripple through every part of my life. It's something that I enjoy. It's something that, as I say, makes me feel confident and empowered. And I suppose in many ways, I'm the archetype of a lifelong learner. I do find that challenge rewarding. I do have that hunger for knowledge. Perhaps it's because I've got siblings and I'm a bit competitive and always just want to know slightly more than they do. So that drives me to pursue new qualifications and opportunities. But I do find the process deeply fulfilling. So as we launch this program, I'm genuinely excited for all of you. I hope that this degree gives you more than just a qualification. I hope that it gives you confidence, pride, new ways of thinking, and new possibilities for your own future. If my own journey has taught me anything, it's that learning can genuinely be transformative, not just academically, but personally. So really for me, I would like to say thank you very much for being here. And I'm really looking forward to supporting you on your own learning journey. And with that in mind, if anyone does have any questions about the programme or anything that we've covered in today's webinar, I would invite you to please add anything into the chat box, and I will try and get that up on my screen so that I can answer those for you as well. So whilst you're having a think, yeah, hopefully, as I say, I've given a good overview as to what to expect from the degree programme. But if there was anything that's not covered in today's webinar, as I say, please feel free to ask, or if it's something that if you're watching this after the fact and you have a question, please do feel free to get in touch and we will make sure to follow up and get responses to you as well. Thank you, Kira. So the exact starting date that you'll be able to begin the courses are due to go live from the 4th of May. So at that point, you should be able to begin getting started on your first course. It is, of course, open enrollment as well. So there is no pressure if you're not sat ready to go on the 4th of May. It's very much self-paced. So whenever you are ready, hopefully you'll be good to get started. No, you're very welcome. And thank you very much for coming along today as well. I hope it's been insightful and provided some clarity around what to expect. Any further questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. I must say it feels quite it's quite a reflective moment again for me. It feels sort of like I've come full circle, having gone through that process of, discovering distance learning and online learning for myself. This very long academic journey that I've been through that I had no idea at many points along the way where it was going to lead me. I was kind of guided by the process of learning itself. I can't say I had a particular plan when I first started, other than opening doors. And when I chose to come to study at Heriot Watt, again, it was very much based on the reputation Heriot Watt had for employability. And then, yeah, certainly even at the end of my degree, I did not, if someone had asked me whether I would be an academic when I was studying, I would have said, absolutely not. Public speaking, no, thank you. But somehow, by the end of my degree, I'd seen a PhD opportunity and thought, hey, there's another door. Let's see if we can walk through it. And I guess the rest is history. But to be here, to be able to present this new program and to expand these learning opportunities to students around the globe is just, it's really a peak moment for me. So yeah, a nice chance to reflect on how things have developed. And there's few people that are more grateful than I am for the advancements in technology, because the stress of having things posted out, it's a much smoother now. And in particular, I'm really delighted to be able to introduce the Connectus platform. It's really a smooth piece of software, and the fact that you can use it on your laptop as well as on portable devices, again, enhances that accessibility, something I'm really passionate about. But if there are no further questions, you'll see that if there's a comment, thank you, Gemma, in the chat, that if there is any further information that you'd like on the enrolment side, please feel free to reach out, and you can speak with an advisor as well. And yeah, just again, thank you so much for coming along today. And I hope that you will enjoy the program. I hope that to get to meet some of you in a virtual capacity again soon. and to be engaging with you as you move through your BSc journey. So there you have the email address for the HW Online team who can help with any questions as well. And you'll be able to get in touch with me via the programme hub upon enrolment too. And the online team will reach out if there's any programme specific questions that you have for me. Well, if there are no further questions for today, as I say, please do get in touch if something comes to mind later. We very much still remain available. Or indeed, if you are watching this after the event and have a question, please do drop us a note. Otherwise, I will wrap things up for today's webinar. And again, just a big thank you for me from coming along and for your interest in the BSc. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.